Hi, everyone. Look what we have. We have a special guest. This is
We have a lemon.
What?
Surprise!
Surprise!
Oh, I'm going to do a real quick rundown of everyone that is here for you guys. And we will all do a group hello. This is Jeannie T, Maureen, Amanda, Bridget, Tank, Mike, Jaxie. Keep on going. Deb. It is good to see all of you here. I'm still going because there's more people. Hi, Divergent. Crystal, it's good to see you. Let's keep going. Jolene, Ariel, Passamaquoddy. Hello, Grammy Colleen. And let me keep on going. Elaine. And that's Jolene again, because the chat just jumped on me. Hello, Crafty Critter Christina. And Sharon Snow. And Amy and Madonna.
Hey.
So, hey, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
There's Prince Daniel as well.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
We are
Greetings.
super happy to have all of you here.
How is everyone?
Hey, Rita. This is an exciting day, guys. There's Bryn, Michelle, and Julie.
Hey. Sorry, I forgot there's the
Hey,
cat.
Julie.
Hi, Jax.
Yes, and Frozen Angela. And Nona Susan.
Hey.
This is a super exciting day. We have Lamone Crochets with us, guys. Hello, Crystal. Cool stuff.
Squirrel raid. We likes the
Yes.
squirrel raid.
Yeah,
We love the squirrel raid. Don't forget our sweet Karen. We love Karen.
Hey, Karen.
We love all of you. You guys are amazing.
Yep.
Absolutely. And we are so happy you are here with us today, because you're going to be in for a big surprise.
Yep.
This is amazing. And we are so grateful that Lamone is with us today, because I can't begin to tell you how wonderful Lamone is.
Aww.
I know.
Oh, don't make me cry on a Sunday, Froggy.
Oh, you are amazing, Lamone. Oh, hi, Keith.
Hey,
Yes.
Buddy. It is jumping.
Hi, Amanda.
He loves your
Thanks,
hair,
Crystal.
Coco.
Thank you.
Hey, Greenie D.
Hey, Granny D.
Hello, hello.
I was about to say, where's the squirrel mama?
There's Squirrel Mama.
All right.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie.
Hello.
This is a blessed day, guys. You wouldn't believe how wonderful this day is. We were going to discuss color theory, and the number one person that came to my mind was the dear Lamone. Because if anybody knows color theory, it's Lamone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so serious. Hi, Yarnbarf.
Hey, Christy.
So I reached out to Lamone and I asked Lamone, would he kindly come on here and discuss color theory with everyone? Because the man knows his color theory. And just a few things about Lamone that you don't know. He obviously has his own channel. Nightbot will be dropping his channel link shortly.
Thanks, Nightbot.
Yes, I programmed you in there. Your Nightbot's going to be dropping your channel link for me. And his work is featured in his local yarn shop. And he was also featured in an art installation.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sounds so weird with you like introducing me like that, because I'm like, my yarn resume, it's kind of like you don't realize what you've done. Someone else references it. I'm
You've
like, oh
done
my
a
God.
lot.
I'm like, Froggy, you're making me sound so good. Thank you.
Well, you've done a lot, Lamone.
You have done a lot. He had
Yeah.
a colorway made for him by Daniel and Paul Play Yarns. He has done so much in such a short period of time. It's amazing. Hi, Daigo.
Hey, Daigo.
You would be amazed to see what he's done. And he is not limited by acrylics go with acrylics, wools go with wools. He mixes his fibers, he mixes his colors,
Lamone's
and
got
I
no
love
rules.
it. No rules.
Hey,
So,
Marianne.
hey, Marianne. Hey, Bella.
Hey, Christina.
So, I
Jackson.
thought of all people, we needed Lamone. Go ahead, Gary.
Jaxie's got her crayon ready and she's ready to learn.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. I want to give all of you time to get yourself out, like I have. I do. I have my notepad. I have my pen because we are going to learn today. Hey, Catbird.
Hey,
Get
Catbird.
yourself a notepad. Get yourself a pen or a pencil because I got me a pen. I got me a pencil too. And I got plenty of notepad here. And yes,
Actually found a pen and paper. That never happens.
The video will stay up. Yes, he is a true rainbow.
Perfect.
And he crochets very fast. He does beautiful work. And I'm telling you. Oh, Julie's going to get her color pencils and paper. Be right back. Not a problem. Yes, if you're multitasking, the video will stay up so you can go back and watch it.
Thank you.
But you make sure that you are subscribed to Lamone Crochets. He is unbelievably amazing. But
Everybody loves Madonna, Granny D.
We love Madonna, Granny D, of course.
Madonna.
Of course. But I'm going to wait 2 minutes, and then we are going to go back, and we're going to give the floor to Lamone. So you've got less than 2 minutes now. And Lamone can take all the time he wants. So you got less than 2 minutes.
I have my crayons here with me. Like, we are actually going to be doing theory and application, so do not worry about any of that.
Oh, you got to congratulate
Madonna.
Engagement.
Excuse me?
You got to congratulate.
Madonna didn't even know it was me. I said I'm in
Oh,
disguise.
thank you, Jax. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you so much. They said
Look at you guys getting ready. Isn't that great? Hello, Miss Chocolate. It's lovely to see you. You take care of yourself at work. Look at you got. You got less than a minute now.
My fiance's like, how do they know? I'm like, if you mention something in a live, people will remember it.
They do remember it.
Yeah.
Isn't she beautiful, guys?
Isn't she lovely?
She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
Hi.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Any of your
Hey, Kim.
With you. You don't, right? And guys, by the way, she crochets now. She does bralettes and tops. So if you need a woman's like top, she's your girl.
She is amazing.
Yeah. I infected her with the yarn bug.
She is amazing. And Lamone is lucky. Yes. Lamone is very lucky.
The worst part is sharing the yarn stash, but
oh gosh,
but she makes good stuff with it. So I'm like, I'm not upset. Like, you know, could you imagine if you had a partner who took your yarn and butchered it?
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, Sam, look at Sam. Uh-huh.
Wait, Sam, what happened? There's a story behind there, isn't there?
No, I taught my partner to crochet about 2.5 weeks ago, and he keeps wanting my stash, and I'm like, buy your own. So he actually has. He's done 2 yarn orders this week. Sam doesn't share yarn. I'm sorry. I'll buy you yarn, but you're not having mine.
You're right, Mike. You don't butcher it, Mike.
Damn, he's saying that you have good taste, and he wants to pick from your curated good taste.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad now that Hubby didn't want to continue with the crochet. I showed him a little bit, but he's like, eh.
Oh, oh my.
Yeah, no, Mike doesn't butcher it, but I'll buy him his own.
Well, I hope you guys got all
there
your
you go.
pens
There's one.
and paper ready.
There's one point for
Yes.
not yarn.
Got some learning to do.
You got learning to do. Are you ready, Lamone?
Oh yes,
Oh,
definitely.
well, we are going to
I
give
was
the
like, I
whole
was born
floor.
ready.
We're giving the floor to Lamone. I hope you guys are ready. It's time.
Okay. Wait, Froggy, put you guys like small on the side here.
I
That
was
way I
getting
feel
it.
like I'm talking to you.
I was getting it. Hang on. Let's see if I can get it to set up again. Maybe Coco will help me. Coco, help me do that side
Doing
thing.
it? Hang on.
Oh,
Cool.
here we
Doing
go.
this one.
Oh,
Oh, I did it. Hang on.
I undid it.
Which side?
There you
There
go.
we go.
I got a little.
There we go. For the love of crochet, hit the dang thumbs up.
Thank you, Madonna.
All right. So, first of all, let me just say thank you so much for having me here today. It is always a pleasure to be with my virtual crochet family, and we have whenever I can. School and life has been hard, so but whenever I do hang out with these lovely ladies, it's always a great time. So thank you so much for having me here. Shout out to Coco's new hair color, by the way.
Yes.
Also,
It's actually supposed to be
Carrie,
purple.
you changed your hair
It
color
worked
as
out.
well, didn't you? You're purple
What?
now.
I'm purple.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Froggy too, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. It's purple season. Sam, what color are you gonna dye your hair?
I'm not. I'm just going grey gracefully.
we gotta get her on the hair color trend. But yeah, so color theory.
Hey, Tracy.
I
Oh,
will
hi,
say
Tracy.
that oh yeah, I don't see the chat. Or
No, it's okay. I'm
yeah,
just
you guys
hi,
can
Tracy.
let me
Hi,
know.
Laura. Now we're not going to talk. We're giving the whole floor to Lamone, guys.
Oh, okay.
Are we repeating questions if they're asked, or are we waiting to the end?
We can do that.
Okay. So when I began with crochet, I definitely had that question in mind that most people get, and that first question is, how do I pick that yarn? Like I can still remember the first time I went inside of Michael's because that's where I discovered they had yarn, because my grandma had her yarn imported from Mexico, because she would use the really thin tencel yarn to make tablecloths and stuff. But for me, I was like, I literally Googled yarn in Chicago and it told me that the retail stores, Michael's and Joann's, had it. So then I went to my local Michael's. And I remember it was one of those Michaels that has the corner section, and it's literally like three towers this way and three towers this way, and then they have like that middle section in the corner filled with stalls and like the new yarns and stuff. Which, by the way, Karen Cakes was like a big, like it just started getting bigger. The first Karen Cakes when I was starting to crochet, so I remember that. And yeah, I struggled too. I was just like, what's the difference between, dumb questions, literally, like, what's the difference between a striped color yarn and a solid yarn? Like, it sounds crazy and that someone would even question that, but someone who's beginning or doesn't even take the time to ask yourself why you're making the choices you are creatively, it definitely was one of those things where I was like, does stripe even make a difference from a solid? Because technically you could make the stripe from the solid. So it's like, what's the difference between the two? And part of it that it took me a hard lesson and a hard time to allow other companies to dictate for me my color choices. So for the longest time, I would not buy the Karen Cakes, and I wouldn't buy the striping or variegated yarns. I actually was starting off with solids because I figured I could make that stripe, like I could see it here, and then just use the solids that I have at home. So, and also I didn't like, most of us begin with a heightened sense of creative ego to some degree. So, we start and I'm like, ugh. Like, like you see a Karen Cake and it's like, who would pick these colors? Like, it was someone's job to pick these colors and produce this yarn. You've all been there. If you have like, thought you were better than the creators of yarn, which is totally fair and valid, you know, let me know in the comments or in the chat, because, you know, we have to be honest with ourselves when it comes to improving on intangible creative concepts such as color theory. So, you know, there's a difference between having taste and having your style. And it's just about being able to balance both. So, you know, in the beginning, I was very like, I don't like that. But then I realized I could use the reaction I was getting to start putting flavors on color. So when I would go to the store and I would, you know, excited and new colors, it's like spring, I would go and I would take mental note of whenever I would say ew or no or why. and then because I figured, or I saw a seminar one time that explained that the human nature is designed to identify no's easier than a yes. So it's much easier to say I don't like that than I like that. The same way if something was skewed in a group of like toothpicks, if one of them was askew, you'd be able to identify the one that's askew right away. That's just how we organize our vision and compositions in front of us. So that being said, I noticed that I had a scale of intensity in terms of how I felt towards certain colors. And I would use that as sort of a temperature gauge of what emotions feel like a color tone. And which is funny because I would have never assumed that I would enjoy the neons and brights so much that I do now, because initially I didn't. Those were like, my neons were like, they brought me the most like extreme emotional reaction. So I took that as very like, I rarely have to use these bright colors. I will only use them as like detailings, because it kind of like gave the garment my emotional reaction to it. So for example, take for example these stripes. If the black was the neon, and neon for me was very intense, like whoa, then I would only use it as an accent smaller line in the garment. Because it's still like, I'm using it. I'm not saying no to the color, but I think the intensity of me feeling whoa, you can kind of see it with the color being small, it pops from this white. Yeah. So that's like one level of language that you can give, not even language, it's like a connection, because when we're creating our garments, we're in our heads. It's a very personal craft. And I said this before when we hang out in private, like it's a very personal craft, and you're spending hours and hours doing the same like motion. And so why not take the time to translate those emotions into like the garments that you're trying to create. And which is why it's very hard for me to give away my garments, because like with this cape, I can remember when I used this white color, I was in a happy place. And then I remember that I used this black because I really was struggling at the time with beginning school. Like it was when I was first starting to go into school. So my garments itself has a story of like each section, and when I found peace in my school schedule, and which is what I was struggling with, I combined both colors to do this stripe here. So the stripe, it represents the harmony of me struggling in school and being in a peaceful, happy place here. And so naturally, it just, you know, when you start to view it that way, it changes. The reason why I'm saying this is because I want it to click for some people to say, to answer the question, why? Because when you see this garment, if you're not ever exposed to this concept of color theory, you would just see it as white, black, gray, purple, black, white, black. And you would try and answer, well, why? What, what did he do? How did he get there? But if I were to give you like a paper rubric that literally, you know how like a temperature blanket goes. And if I were to tell you white means peace, black means stress, purple means I discovered a new food, or like, you know, like I was happy because I found a new restaurant. Like then it changes from white, black, gray, purple to, oh, peaceful, stress, harmony, new food, stress, peaceful stress. And it will give you some sort of idea of how to then organize the colors for future use, or you can just switch the meanings for the colors or the designations you put on them for the next time. So every garment that I have has some type of like story behind it, which ends up 80% working, 95% working out on its own. And this one, like this triangle, I would show you and you would think, oh, it's a triangle shawl, right? Like we're literally just taking into application what I just told you. What would you guys, in the chat, tell me, what do you see in terms of colors? Like what colors do you see in this shawl? I'm gonna try and hold it up.
Beautiful.
I'll give you guys a couple seconds.
What do you guys see in the shawl?
Madonna said green equals drunk.
I like that. Green equals drunk. Oh, Laura says a lack of orange. Oh my.
Okay. Now
I'm waiting for them to comment. Give it a minute.
Okay.
It takes them a minute. An earlier comment, they were agreeing with you about the stripes and the solids, and they did like the fact that the solids were a good idea. Jolene did say she always looks for variegated because she's not sure what goes with what to look good. And those were earlier comments when we first began.
Adeline saying brown, pink, dark gray. Madonna said love, stress, calm. Red, pink, brown, green, says Jax. Oh, and then he added black. Orange, pink, black that's Christina. Autumn color, this says Mike.
Oh, I love Madonna's. Love, stress, calm.
Black.
Mrs. Hati says a shawl full of feeling.
That's gorgeous. Happy, stress, and harmony.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay. I think people got, okay, so you guys got the main objective. Now, with the same activity, I'm going to show you guys the stitches, okay?
Oh, that's beautiful.
So take into consideration what I told you about designations with color. And now that I'm showing you the stitches, tell me what you see that this shawl is trying to communicate. So like, what do you think happened, or what was I feeling when I was making this?
I see joy in the beginning. I still see joy and happiness. And then stress.
I'm thinking like the lacy ones, like you're feeling more open and whatever. And then the tighter stitches, you're like, I don't know.
Sad. Stress. Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Very good, very good.
Stress from from studying too much. Happiness and excitement. You got engaged, Madonna says. Mary Ann says open, close.
Lauren says like peeping through someone's trellis and looking at their garden.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so true. Oh my God, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that show? Home Improvement? I'm the neighbor.
Yeah. Oh, Karen says happy, stress, calm, and fun.
All right, cool. Great. I just wanted you guys to just take this moment to just apply those two activities of what do you see? What
Wow.
colors do you physically see? And then what color story do you see with the garment?
Wow.
Spoiler alert, this shawl was my first triangle shawl that I've ever made since I've been a crocheter for about 6 years. So the colors is a representation of my first attempt at a triangle shawl and coming to terms with that it's a pretty shape. Because I mean, I'll be honest, we all develop our own tastes and stuff. Like for the longest time, I thought granny squares were the ugliest thing ever, and then I ended up making a granny square sweater, and now I'm in love with it. So same thing with this. I used to think triangle shawls was the ugliest shape. I was like, who wouldn't want like a cape? Who wouldn't want like one of those half circle ones that West Knits likes to do, but the crocheter version? I never understood this, but one time
Triangles keep your bum warm.
Excuse me?
Triangles keep your bum warm.
Oh, that's true. I mean, if it's big enough, right? It reaches all the way down. But yeah, I think it tells a story of like my tastes and a new skill and then blending them together and coming to terms with it. So yeah, good job. You guys, some of you guys were really, really close. But yeah, this is the story of my first triangle shawl and admitting it's a pretty nice, pretty shape.
I love the colors at the bottom and at the top, and then the way they're blended in the middle. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
And these work that top down or point up?
Yeah, go for it.
Did you work that like downward or upward?
I started at the sharp point, made it big, and then when I finished, I went back on the border.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
But yeah.
Hi, Carla.
Now,
That's
I'm
beautiful.
going to, we're going to have a little bit of color fun right now. There's 4 of you ladies. Okay. Pick a color or actually, wait. How do I want to organize this? Froggy, well, we're on your channel, right? So Froggy, pick a moment. Don't tell me what it is. Pick a moment, a memory, and that brings you any kind of emotion. Does not even have to be happy, but any strong reaction. When you got it.
Orange.
No. Just pick a memory. Just pick a memory.
I did.
Okay. Now, break that memory down internally to 5 colors and 5 I'm just going to say meanings. They don't have to be feelings that you were feeling in the memory. You can like if you're at a picnic, you can designate food to a color. Think of that. So pick 5 colors and designate 5 things to it.
Orange, pink,
Orange. Okay.
Yellow, brown, and purple.
Cool.
And it might not match, but that's what I.
What are you talking about? This is a perfect color palette. Look at what you did.
That's what I think of when I think of that moment.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and let me see how I can organize this. I want this to go. Yeah, that's fine. Hopefully this shows up on camera. Purple. Brown. Pink. And orange. Okay, guys, check that out. That's Froggy's color palette that she described.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
Right? You know, like.
Oh, I actually like that.
Right? And so, can you imagine, like, if I show it to you like this, and then I show it to you like this, and then I show it to you like this, or backwards. You know, you can sort of already envision, in your mind, you should already have a library of what shapes certain directions create when we're crocheting. So if you know that you got to do a blanket that goes left to right. You know, you can see the colors playing out this way. So this is a way for you to kind of like organize where the colors should go. Because I literally just used the order you gave me to do this. But if you were to do this on your own and you have these colors, do the exercise that I mentioned earlier, which is think of the memory and go in order of the memory. So just recreate the memory that you have, or the time and place, and just play it back. And in that order that you're doing it, be like orange, and then, you know, there was a little bit of pink, and then it went back to orange, you know, and then it's gonna go to a sharp purple because this thing happened, and then this brown happened, and then a pink happened again, and then, oh, that's where this yellow comes in. It only happened once, but it's going to be right there in the middle because that's where it happened. And then it got real happy, or there was a positive reaction to that event, but then there were some sour grapes, but then the crowd kept going, and then we persevered, and then we started to finish off, and then the memory ended on a warm note.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, I love it.
Okay. So that's, you know, when people have asked me how do I pick these colors or whatnot, that's just one technique that I use, and it tends to give me these more abstract playouts of the colorways. So when you see something like this, like I said, now you know if you're going to make a shawl top down, it's going to look something like either like this because the colorways are going down, or it's going to go like that. Okay. If you're making a blanket, it can go out like that, and you guys can see how that's going to look in yarn. You know, like so. That's one technique. It's a very like abstract technique, but it does give you some focus.
That makes a lot more sense, because when you were first explaining your sweater, I'm like, wow, your mood changes a lot and very fast. Because
all right, I'll tell you the memories when I got my yarn bowl from Carrie. So the brown represents the bowl, the purple represented Carrie, and the pink, orange, and yellow represented happiness. Because pink, orange, and yellow represent happiness to me. And that's where it comes from, because that's what I thought instantly. I guess because it was right here and I'm thinking of it, and I just thought instant happiness, pink, orange, yellow, and brown because the bowl's brown, and purple because it's Carrie, and that's where it come from. And seeing it play out on paper, it's beautiful. Oh, I have to make something now.
Yeah.
You better write those colors down.
I don't even have to lay them down. I could just grab the colors and just start crocheting.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
I love
you know,
it.
something as simple as, because like now the next time if you do make this as a blanket or whatnot, and people ask you, oh, how did you pick the colors? You can literally say, oh, it's my yarn bowl. It's when I got my yarn bowl.
It's gorgeous. Hi, Melanie. It's gorgeous. And I never thought of doing it by emotion.
Yeah.
That's amazeballs.
Sorry, I was catching up on the chat. I was making sure I was
no problem. You do what you need to do. Oh my gosh, wow.
So now can you imagine like going back, like if you're married, be like, oh, let me go back to that wedding day. Like what colors does that make me feel? I'm gonna make, because like the human mind is very incredible. And I think that crocheters and knitters have a almost like a sixth human sensory that we are practicing, because, you know, they say memories are attached most to smells and taste. You smell something, you can trigger a memory back then. But for us, you know, I always say this, it's a very personal craft. You never know what the person's going through when they're making something. And it's not like we're robots and we turn off when we're crocheting. You know, we're deep in thought or not, and we're deep in self or not. But it's really cool knowing color can trigger memories too, or a color palette like that could trigger memories.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Could the colors some be variegated? Yeah, I guess you could use variegated colors.
Yeah. So I mean, real quick on that, I like to swatch. I always do a little swatch, like tiny, tiny, tiny. I'm not even talking like the square. I'm literally just thinking like 4 rows of 10 stitches, you know, of every variegated color I get or I purchase, because I have yet to actually perfect the science of I'm looking at the skein or the cake and I know what it's going to look like. I don't think anyone's perfected that yet, because it's so uncontrolled, the process of making hand-dyed yarn when they are pouring it, the color in and stuff, that it's just, unless there's machine precision, you're just never going to be able to have like some sort of oh, this is what this is going to look like. I'm still surprised sometimes when I buy the skein, because I like the skein. I cake it up and I'm like, oh. And then I swatch it a little bit and I'm like, oh, okay. But like when you cake it up, it's that moment of little fear, like, this this didn't look the way it was supposed to, or in my mind. But anyways, I always swatch my variegateds. So when I swatch them, doing the 4 rows of 10 of each color, because there are 3 colors, I looked at what color popped out more. So I saw in this one that it was more of the pinks. This one was more of the, I wouldn't say the brown part. I would say it's the pops of other color in the brown. And then here it's pure brown. And then I assignated the colorway to the emotion. So brown, pink.
When you hold it up, when you come down from the pink side, the pinks pop. But when you go up from the bottom, the browns pop. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Hi, Joe. Welcome in. Oh, that's interesting.
Do they make pooling yarn? They do make pooling yarn. I know one dyer, Whimsical. What's her name? Whimsical Yarn. She makes a lot of pooling hand-dyed yarn. Commercial, I think
Red Heart does. Patents and Red. I know Red Heart does too.
Yeah, which you can find in my.
I like the way you do your colors. I'm jelly.
Are you going to touch on this at all?
No.
No, he uses a crayon box instead. It's much better.
I'm using. See, I'm sorry, Carrie. I'm not on the.
No, it's okay.
No, because I've discovered that the everyday person just cannot comprehend that color wheel on a technical level.
No, it's so confusing.
Yeah. And I've tried. I've really tried to go, because I didn't know how to vocalize all of this that I told you before. It was just something that was going on in my brain as I'm creating, but I didn't really put it into words until people kept asking me about my theory of when I create a garment and stuff. And I tried to do it on the color wheel aspect. I'm like, yeah, you got your warm tones, your cool tones, you have the mixing colors primary, and it didn't feel right for me explaining it that way. And then I also noticed that most people just were like, and then just bloop, nothing, they learned nothing. But I feel like I always use this phrase, it's a personal craft. So there should be a personal explanation for our techniques and what we have to go through when we're using fiber and yarn. Because isn't this a better explanation? Doesn't it feel more like you can make it your own?
Color wheel.
I like this better.
Yeah,
I'm too anal to not make sure it matches.
Well, it also
my OCD kicks in and I freak out.
Right.
I like it better
even
too,
in decorating my home, whatever, it has to be symmetrical. Like if there's something tall over here, there has to be something tall over there. Like it's just, that's the way I'm.
But it also explains why sometimes when we're working with something we don't like it and we don't want to work on it, it's because we don't like the colors. We're not happy. So if we work with colors that make us happy, That
That
works much better.
Hold on, I'm trying to.
You could make an awesome sweater using the color wheel. Well, yeah, you could use the color wheel. I don't see anything wrong with using a color wheel if
And
you
then
want
sometimes
to.
you try to get creative and make a continuous granny square blanket, and it ends up looking like a giant fried egg.
Yeah, it does. But Laura would love that. You know, I prefer to do with the happy emotions. Come on, that's much better.
So for you, Coco,
Yes.
there's your OCD harmony application of it. So just whatever. So when we just did Froggy's story, put it in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in
That
reverse.
would work for me too. I'm OCD.
Yeah. So just take Froggy's and see that one. I'm covering this because I tried to draw a skein of yarn and then it turned out looking weird. I realized it's a weird shape. This is, so for those who don't know, I'm collabing with Lisa Jones. She's a hand dyer in Texas, and she asked me to color curate a skein for her.
Wow.
So I'm showing you guys the behind the scenes of of how I decided to go with this. So initially, I took all of these colors. I was just like, what am I? I used, see, and the thing is, you can use an emotion or a memory that isn't necessarily from you. What I mean by that is I started watching Woodstock videos, and as the artists kept changing, as different videos popped up, and I was watching it, some documentaries, some from the artists performing, I just took note of that, because Woodstock is one of those things where I wish I was alive when it happened, because I totally would have gone to it. And so this is my I wish Woodstock color palette.
Yes.
And so each color is like an artist or an emotion or a feeling that I got from seeing pictures. You know, the browns is the cars that got stuck in the mud and the dirt roads, and people had to walk to back home and stuff like that. And that's, you know, that's how we got this color, this colorway, which is, you know, it turned out pretty nice. In the
It does.
I was like, this is such a Woodstocky, like.
Oh, I like that.
It is.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Bucket hat.
Oh, definitely very Woodstocky.
Madonna says, I was at Woodstock. Lots of puke. Great music, though.
Really? Oh, my God. Madonna, you're so cool.
A yarn addict with Karen says, I can't make things with repeating colors by using them anyway, always the same. I have to change them up. Wonderful.
And so, final point on this theory that we're doing, I just want to say, if you do get the self-striping yarns, I would say try your best, and I would encourage you all to come to peace with not being in control. Because I was a cake cutter and I still am. I'm not ashamed to admit it. You know, sometimes you just got to color control because ew. And you know what I'm talking about, when that color changes on that random place
right in the middle of your back. I'm like, no.
Yeah. You don't want to throw out that whole row, but you know, come to terms with it, guys. I'm going to show you an example. I just let the colors flow, and sometimes you just have to trust the process, you know, like just.
Oh, beautiful.
Just let it go. Just trust the process. It'll be rewarding to some degree. So this is the Karen Skinny Cakes in Citron Fizz, I believe.
Oh,
and the brown white is a sprinkle cake.
Nice.
And I mixed them both together because I figured a brown would look really good. It reminds me of a sunset. So I was like,
it does.
You know, it was just missing the sand part, because I took the skinny cake as the actual sunset, so the sky part. and I was like, I need to find the ground, the sand. So this is supposed to be like wet, dry sand. That's why I picked this order like that. So I did cut the cake a little bit so I could control dark, medium, light, because sprinkle cakes, I think, has 3 colors in it. And then for the bottom, I just let it play out, but in the same order that I did above it. So dark, medium, light.
Nice.
And
Very beautiful.
example number 2. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I do, Lauren.
On your side.
I buy the solids. If I see a cake that I like, I'll grab the colors from there and buy the solid, because I find it anxiety to know if you have enough to get to the end of the row.
That's beautiful.
Oh, that's cool.
That's beautiful.
It's like Halloween going into Christmas.
It is.
Let's see who knows their Karen. Who's a Karen fanatic like I am? Who knows what colors these are? One of them's a chunky and one of them's a skinny cake.
Oh, wow. Chunky to skinny. Look at that. Oh, wow.
I believe it's something I can't even remember. Actually, I throw away the labels.
Ooh.
It's that paint that has that green in it.
It's fantastic. Fiesta.
I mixed it with gray skinny cake.
Oh, I love that.
So, this, I would encourage you guys, just, I will say, don't try to, my only advice that I would give in terms of, because I would just say go crazy. My only advice would be don't try to clash with the busy yarns, because I used to do that too, where I would be like, okay, neon, let me get a neon skinny cake to complement it or something like that. And it's just, I mean, you could turn out cool, but more than likely, I feel like if your initial reaction is like, or like you're able to like be happy with it, then go for it. Because there are some, when you're in the groups of the yarn, so like the shout out to Karen Cake Yarn group if you're not on their book.
They need to make solids. I love the feel of the Caron cakes, but I don't like self-striping.
Is that the boysenberry big cake?
Boysenberry.
Oh. Aquila Mandala by Lion Brand. Purples, real, lavender, and light gray. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
That's beautiful.
Also, I mean, okay, I'll say this one because there's another technique, but I'll do it if I come back again and I talk about this again. I won't give you that right now, but the memory technique, that's a really easy one for most people to gravitate towards.
Yes,
I'll give you a little hint. The next time I'll show you guys how to take photos, like your own photos, and make a garment out of them.
Oh, we'll do that. We'll bring you back for that. I'll put you up here and do that. Cool. They would like to know, do you use stitches to reflect your moods and feelings?
For sure. For sure. Not as much, though. I will be honest. I think that only influences about 30% of the process. Most of my decisions in terms of stitches is how much of the yarn did I buy. So if I know I could only afford 2 skeins of the same color, because I purchased a lot of hand-dyed, then I know I had to use a lot of open stitches to maximize the surface area of 140 yards. So that's predominantly what determines this. For example, this one is so open because I didn't know how much, it uses 2 chunky cakes. I was just curious to see how far they go because I don't use them as often. So I was just on the safe side. I'm like 200 yards on the chunky 5. Let me use the biggest stitches I can find because I don't think I have more than two of these colors.
Pick his brain, guys. You guys get to ask all kinds of questions.
Oh yeah, Q&A.
Pick the brain. Quick.
Right. Who's I'll be the brain. Who's my pinky? The pinky and the brain.
Things I know about Limon, guys. Limon uses leaky hooks.
Oh, is that how you pronounce it? I say likey.
Leaky or likey. Hey,
Leaky.
Christina. Oh, Christina says, Lamone, I miss your face.
Is that Fire Pit, Tina?
That's Fire Pit.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Can I share
Jolene
my
wants-
screen for a moment?
Yes.
Michelle sent me a picture from Amazon. She got a color wheel mouse pad.
Ooh.
I think I need to get that in my life.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that is cute.
Cool.
That's cute.
That's adorable.
Yeah,
That's cute.
awesome.
Okay, they would like to
Thanks for
know.
sending that, Michelle.
They would like to know, Lamone, what is your favorite store to buy yarn?
Favorite retail? Joann's. I'm sorry. It used to be Michael's just because of the carrot cakes, but shout out to Big Twist. I'm telling you guys, Big Twist is improving so much. So, Lime Brand, Big Twist.
Big 12.
Oh yeah, value. I have that color. That's the sleek gray, right? Or Seattle
That
gray.
is soft gray.
Mm-hmm. I'm mixing that one with because they had the arcade on clearance for like $2. So I got one of every color, and I'm using the gray to break it apart.
Oh my gosh, I'm using that gray to break apart my luck of the draw. I am like all about that gray. I love it. Oh yes, we love Big Twist. It's amazing. And Melanie said I use the Skinny Cakes raspberry ganache. It's beautiful. Yes.
That purple, teal, gray, if I'm not mistaken.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that one was my favorite when they first came out because it reminded me of like the Cheshire Cat.
Mike is
The only
doing the
skinny cake
same.
I ever bought was the solid lilac.
Mike is doing the
So
same
boring.
on his corner to corner.
Ooh.
Oh, Christina's using her data. Oh, be careful.
Uh-oh.
She don't have internet at the moment. Yes, I do use Big Twist for my amigurumi too, Amanda. I have a love for the Big Twist. It's really good. It's an amazing yarn, and I only buy it when it's on sale.
Which is all the time.
It is all the time. I'm cheap. I can't help that.
Did they bring back down? I did not even realize when my fiance asked me for a blanket for Valentine's Day, and so we went to Joann's and she picked out all the pinks we took all the pinks. There was like 6 pinks in case you're curious. There's 6 pinks in Big Twist value. So I didn't know they were $4.50 at the time. I didn't know beforehand that they were like what, $2, $2.50?
$2.
Yeah, I started seeing like little comments here and there being like, yeah, they raised the prices like $2, and I'm like, I could have saved like $30 on this
You
blanket.
could have saved a lot of money. Yes.
I had to buy. No, it was 6 colors, so 20 for $30, right? With taxes.
Let me pick it up and
Yeah.
show you.
Well, sweet dreams if you're going to bed, Lauren.
Yeah, see you later, Lauren.
Bye, Lauren.
Bye, Lauren.
This is my luck of the draw, and it's they draw a number, and that's how the color gets chosen.
Nice.
And you see the gray is my continuous.
I love that. And
But
that's
I
so
love-
smart too to use all the colors actually have that open stitch. Okay, I was gonna say it.
Yeah, they all have the open stitch.
Oh, okay.
But I love the changing of the colors. They're all different. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, Big Twist is the same price as Red Heart. It's kind of crazy.
Wait,
Yeah,
Red Heart's $4.50 now? $5?
Well, it's a little. I think it's maybe $1 more. Thank you, Jolene.
Oh my.
Thank you, Karen.
Up here, Red Heart is a bit more expensive, not a lot, but a bit more expensive than Bernat Premium at the Walmart. And Bernat
Wow.
Premium is a much nicer yarn than Red Heart.
Oh, thank you,
so.
Kelly. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, that was pretty, Froggy. That's actually a really good idea. I was thinking of doing that for like a video idea for the channel. I'm like, let me just randomly. I think I have a wheel.
I randomly chose colors, and Nance Next Knot draws a number every week, and I numbered each skein. And depending upon what number it is that week, I'll pick that skein and I'll do 3 rows, and the gray goes between.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very random.
Hmm.
I like it. It's different.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelly.
Oh, Melanie's in love with Sam's blouse.
Thanks.
So Yarnbarf says the color of the yarn influences your mood. I think the color of the yarn is influenced by my mood. I think I choose the color based on how I'm feeling.
I think it's both. And also, if I'm not in love with the color, I'm not in love with the project. So
Yeah. Not only that, like I find, like even though I don't like pick memories or whatever for my colors, there are days I'm in this color mood. That's why I have so many whips, because I'm not in that mood today. So I'll pick up a different project and work on that one, and just I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't finish anything. There are like 30,000 freaking whips going.
Yeah, but that's going to be my new thing. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to take the crayons and write down the colors that I'm feeling. And that's brilliant idea. I never do that. I love that.
Yeah.
I do. Christy, that's what I like. I like bright, cheerful colors.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing. I can't believe you guys don't have any questions. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's okay. That means I explained it well, right?
Can you tell I was in like a springy, summery mood when I made this one?
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Ooh, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
so pretty.
There you go.
Oh, pose.
Yes. Isn't that gorgeous?
Oh my god, that's nice.
Oh, everybody's going to go buy crayons. Oh.
Hey,
That
get
is-
Crayola, give me a cut.
I was just about to say, Crayola's going to love you, Lamone.
Your mind is blown, Mike. Oh my.
They're gonna be like, on May 14th, there was a spike in sales for some reason. Everyone wanted the 120 pack.
Yes.
Thanks,
Yeah, I
boys.
do recommend the 120 pack.
Oh my goodness. I'm glad that we were able to entertain you with this. Hi, Tori.
This afternoon, do too.
Well, that is our new cowl. That's our new crochet along, guys. You will find the pattern in Twisted Fiber Friends Facebook group.
I already put it there.
It's already there. So go grab it up.
And just a reminder, if you do the cowl and you take a picture of it, put it in the pinned cowl post so it's easier for you to find.
Please. Bye, Tracy. Thank you for being here.
Night, Tracy.
Right, Tracy.
And we will bring Lamone back, guys. We're going to bring him back about mixing different fibers.
Yeah.
And sizes of a fiber. So, Lamone, do you ever make things in just solid colors?
No. I was trying to be very thorough in what I have right now.
Oh, Marianne said she would still like a session about using a color wheel. Oh, we're going to put Lamone to the test.
Oh my god, you guys are gonna make me pull out the art vernacular.
Yeah. The new pattern for June, it is a wrap. It's the one that Coco just modeled.
Yeah. It's a pastel paradise wrap.
Marianne said that she'd still love a session on doing the color wheel.
Did you just miss that?
Did you just say it?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I told
I
Lamone
didn't
that he
read
needed to
it.
do it.
No, it's hard, Carrie. That's why I don't even have the chat up, because it's hard to like listen to you guys and read. I didn't realize I couldn't do that.
Oh no, we're gonna have him do it too, Marianne. I wanted him to explain his color theory because I find it so interesting. It is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Do I have?
Oh, you love the art book. You just need some crayons. Yes, Laura. Well, that's amazing. Well, if there's no further questions, we are going to disappear. And we're going to like have, we're going to like talk to Lamone privately.
We
Because we can.
get to take it with us. Neener, neener.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are gonna. We're gonna hijack Lamone. We're gonna keep hijacking him because we just adore Lamone. He's amazing. But thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate you all. We hope you guys have a great day. Take care of yourself. Stay safe out there. And we will see you soon. Don't forget
Grab up
next
that pattern. Grab up
Yes.
that pattern.
grab up the
In the
pattern.
Facebook group.
And next week is on Cocktails and Crochet with Coco. We will see you soon. Bye now.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Woo!